Visión Comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headlines. Oil producers are very close to a consensus to recover the prices. Venezuela will present today evidence of the boycott in the Mercosur. Venezuela and Aruba created by National Chamber of Commerce. In a press conference after the Non-Aligned Movement Summit, the Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro announced that the OPEC member countries and the producers from outside the organization were very close to reaching an agreement that allows the implementation of corrective actions to recover and stabilize the oil prices. Maduro said, quote, "We have good conversations with the OPEC member countries. We are close to reaching an agreement between the OPEC and non-OPEC countries. We aspire to announce an agreement to stabilize the market, improve and stabilize the oil prices." From September 26 to 28 in Algeria, the main oil producers of the world will meet informally. The Venezuelan government has insisted in the need of stabilizing the crude oil price around $70 per barrel, a proposal that has had a good acceptance among the producing countries. Before the meeting in Algeria, Russia and Saudi Arabia agreed to work together to reach the necessary consensus that allows to apply the corrective actions in the market. Representatives of the National Electoral Board informed that the institution returned yesterday to the meetings to decide the conditions that will be applied during the second phase of the recall referendum activation process. Between the 24th and 30th of October, the opposition must collect 4 million votes to meet the requirements established in the referendum laws. The National Electoral Council will have to decide several logistical and training aspects. Also, the electoral authorities are still analyzing whether to count these votes regionally or nationally. In the first phase, the signatures were counted by region. The Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro announced that today the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will present evidence of the boycott intended in the Southern Common Market by governments of Brazil, Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay. The Venezuelan head of state denounced that the Triple Alliance of the South American Right intends to disappear Venezuela. Venezuelan Foreign Minister Delcy Rodriguez will present the rejection of the recent communique issued by these nations that pressures Venezuela to pass the pro-tempore presidency of the Mercosur.
Venezuela in the news.
The ministers of foreign affairs of Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay, during a meeting parallel with the General Assembly of the UN in New York, agreed to boost trade negotiations with the European Union and disassociate Venezuela from the conversations, as indicated in a communique issued yesterday by Brasilia. These countries maintain a boycott against Venezuela, stopping this nation from assuming the pro-tempore presidency of the trade bloc. The next round of talks between the Mercosur and the European Union must take place between the 10th and 14th of October in Brussels. The European Union, Mercosur's first trade partner, represents 19.8% of its foreign trade, according to the European bloc's figures. The governments of Venezuela and Aruba formalized yesterday the creation of the Binational Chamber of Commerce, Exportation and Investment. The Venezuelan government indicated that after the formalization of the chamber, in the next weeks, the Venezuelan Corporation of Foreign Trade will export 90 containers with construction products, aluminum, glasswork, marble, granite, and other coatings. A report published by the press indicated that the alliance will also boost tourism in Venezuela and the exchange of scientific and cultural knowledge. 78 Venezuelan companies and 65 organizations of merchants and importers from Aruba participated in the first round of the multisectoral business conference that took place on September 1st.
News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headlines. Oil producers are very close to a consensus to recover the prices. Venezuela will present today evidence of the boycott in the Mercosur. Venezuela and Aruba created by National Chamber of Commerce.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Visión Comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.